Good morning, SquirrelTribe 2.0. How are you guys doing? Happy Thursday, my dudes. Hey, you got to put your face in here.
Oh, hey.
Get
Hello.
into the video, sir. I have it
The
angled.
dog is trying to figure out how he's going to get in.
He's good, yeah, because he wants to come over here and knock over the stand, because that's what Max does in the mornings.
Bruh,
Because
come
normally,
over here.
look, his problem is this is where I normally record for the main channel, and he will jump up here next to me sometimes. So he's like, well, if she's there, that means I can lay right here or right here. But unfortunately, you're right here and right here. Therefore, you have taken Max's normal location of protecting me while I record. That's what he normally does. He's my protector while I record. You guys doing good? Everybody having a good Thursday? So what do we got here? First off, I would like to thank Tavia. Thank you so very much for what you and your grandmother have done for us here. Tavia says, I'm painting on a canvas and my German Shepherd dog thinks she is a laptop, so she's just hanging out with me on my lap. That sounds about right. That's what they do. So hi, Michael and Barry, traveling through Anna, Tavia, obviously, Kay. We got Just Me, Andrea, Carol, Dragon. Good morning, Sarah. And Marvin, hi Marvin, Soul Surfer, BCT Trucker, which is Bonnie, Lori, hi Lori. I'm excited for you to get your sweatshirts that you ordered from the new site. Like, I'm really excited about that. I went and made them last night. As soon as you emailed Kevin and said, I would really like something like this, I made it happen immediately. Look, he found a way to get in here. Hi, I'm using this arm, sir. Like literally, can I have my arm, please? Thank you. Where were we? Would you get off my arm? And then Melody, Lorena, Tatiana, Donna, My World as It Occurs to Me, Kimmy, Amy. I think I said Amy already. Maybe I said Amy already. That's what I was talking about. We got Catitude in here, Marilyn, December. It's going too fast. I'm missing names. Mountain, Deanna, Janice, Wes. Let's see, Maria, Jean, Lupe, Poke, Carmela, Palm. Look, there's too many people. Melissa, External Influence. Okay, I think I got everybody. I think I said everybody's name. Hello, dog. Good morning, my dudes. Now my nose itches. Max, I love you so much. You make this so difficult sometimes.
This was a little bit rushed.
This was a little bit rushed today.
A little bit rushed because, just like yesterday, but today you had to cook versus we ate.
Yes.
But you also had a lot of other things to do to get ready to this point.
Yes. Because this was at 9 o'clock in the middle of drop off for the kid. It was, hey, let's go live today. And I wasn't fully wrapped around time wise on how to do it. So then I was like, you guys ever just like stress panic? That was me this morning. I stress panic. So here we are. Oh, Tatiana, thank you so much. I appreciate that. $15 for coffee. I'm either going to use it for coffee or margaritas. There's a 50-50 chance.
It probably is like mostly my fault because I was like, can we do 10:30? Because I think you guys really like 10:30.
Yeah. And I wasn't prepared for 10:30. So I don't know if anybody else is like this, but if a timed thing is thrown into the mix and you weren't thinking about it, your mind was in other things, does it stress you out and throw you off and things like that? Because that's what it did to me this morning. And I was like, oh no, so I gotta hurry up and get home and shower and make sure I do this and this and this and this and get ready for this and this. And then it's like, okay, now you can sit down and breathe for a second because you made it on time and that's what matters. Let's see, everyday stress panic. Yeah, it's a thing. I told him, I was like, well, I got to start getting up at 6 a.m. and showering immediately before I ever even have coffee because you don't have to get prepared if you stay prepared. Isn't that how it goes? You don't have to get ready if you stay ready, something like that. So now I just got to always stay ready just to be safe. Catitude says
11:30 is better. Wait.
It's 10:30 for us here in Central Standard.
11:30, are you saying Easter?
Because it is 11:30 Eastern.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
So she's saying, Catitude, are you saying that this is perfect? Because if that's the case, then we'll keep that in mind and we'll try to do this more often. From the amount of people in the chat, I'm going to say that this time is a very good time. So that's a good thing. Now, I made my hand tingle. I don't know what I just did. It's hot.
Well, you need to moisten.
Yes, I definitely need more caffeine.
Your throat ways. The cough. I'm trying to help you.
I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are. No, this is really hot. Can y'all see the steam at all?
It's good for you. The warmth is good for you.
Did you just warmth?
Warmth.
Okay.
WARMPTHS. Warmth.
Every time I do that, I spit, though. I can't say it that way. I see it every single time. So we're not going to say it like that again. Let's see.
Oh, it's 8:30 in San Diego.
Oh, wow. That's true. 10:30.
So is this a good time? This might be a good time.
I guess it's a good time for everybody. Hey, this is great. All right, so 10:30 it is. Can we? I guess we should move mimosas to 10:30 a.m. on Mondays. Hey,
you got to go bottomless. You got to go
it's
bottomless.
5 o'clock somewhere.
And you see how long you can run a live stream starting at like 9 a.m. all the way and see past 5 p.m. Just that should be a challenge.
So I can see my hair. I didn't look at my hair when I pulled it up. I think I'm going bald right here.
There should be a challenge to see the live stream. You can do an all-day live stream.
Hey, is this like missing hair or is this gray?
No, it's a part. It's a part.
Y'all, am I going bald right here? Because when I pull my hair up, I can't see it. That looks like I'm going bald right there. I just did this.
You can do it.
And then yanked it into
Try to do it. We'll call it all day, but it's 8-hour live. It's like a shift. It's like a full shift. 8 hours.
Rogaine for women. That's on my Christmas list. I'm just saying.
Or do you start with like a 2-hour and then a 3-hour before going straight to the 8 hours? 8 hours is a long time. I
could do it.
Really?
Have you seen me talk? Yes, I could do it. I will always have something to talk about. Come on now. Come on now. Let's see. Sorry. Where am I at here? I was trying to read everything. What is the matcha drink you like from Starbucks? December Herrera. It is the iced matcha latte, but I do it with almond milk, and then I have them add in just a little bit of strawberry puree, and it's flipping good.
You learned that one from the girl in Niceville.
Niceville Starbucks lady. She made me a matcha one day. She's like, "Oh, you like matcha? Have you tried it this way?" And I was like, "No." So she made it for me, and it came out brown, and I was like, "Ma'am, it's iced doo-doo at this point." But then I took a sip, and it was fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. Tatiana says, I'll be 55 on the 23rd. Oh, no, I love my gray hair. I'm excited about gray hair. Happy early birthday. Don't worry about the gray hair. I think
it's just on a Saturday.
I think gray hair is awesome.
Freaking weekend.
All right.
Frickin' weekend.
Freaking weekend.
Oh, there you go.
Freaking weekend. I don't know what you just said. Freaking weekend, my dude. All right, so let's jump into this real fast. First off, though, for those of you who watched our live stream yesterday, after we had breakfast, I want to say thank you for your participation during the live stream, but also after the live stream. The amount of comments that came in from people who had situations where they either needed someone to call 911 for them or called 911 for somebody. There's a lot of really good stories in there. There's also a few that you're like, ooh, that unfortunately did not work out the way you wanted it to. But I think that the amount of people commenting, I think, is great.
We did have a breakthrough on the proper civilian protocol for CPR, which I don't think a lot of people were aware of.
Same, because I didn't know.
But also, I want to say thank you for the folks that showed up over on SquirrelTribe Kevin yesterday and today. So appreciate that.
Let's see what we got here. Mr. Blackstar, how's it going? I'm an old man, but I'm wise. Hey, with age comes wisdom. That's what I've decided. That's why when you're 3, you're kind of dumb and you run into open doors. When you're 10, you do dumb things. And this one, we're going to talk about an 11-year-old who did dumb things. But with age, you get a little bit smarter in theory.
Oh, boy. Is that where you're going?
Yeah, no, that's where I'm going in different directions here. So listen, let me explain this live stream to you. Let me explain this live stream to you. When I get on YouTube, I try not to watch too much stuff. We've talked about this before. I don't really watch YouTube in the sense of I don't want to be influenced by people on YouTube for my main channel. For 2.0, I watch Kara and Nate. I watch Abby and Matt and Abby. And then I'll watch Iman and Beck. And I watch certain kind of shows like that and some random reaction things. There's this one daily dose of internet. The kid and I love that thing. Very soon, that guy.
Hello, everyone.
I'll see you again very soon. That's how he ends it. Very. And I don't know why, and it cracks me up every single time. But I only watch certain things on YouTube. But when you jump on the home screen and you're scrolling, you see the titles and the thumbnails of things, right?
Did you see the link I sent you?
I saw the link you sent me.
It wasn't YouTube.
It was not YouTube. I actually saw the title of that, the 11-year-old girl thingy on YouTube as a title. I was like, I'm not watching this. I even saw it as an article on, I remember it's Yahoo or Washington Post or New York Times.
The phrasing of it, the wording in the article had me intrigued as to how they were going to try to do what they did. So that's why I watched it.
Okay. So he sends me a thing this morning. He goes, and he says, let's go live 10:30. Y'all hear my stomach doing stomach noises? I get stress bloat, which is the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. But I was perfectly fine this morning until I got stressed out. And when I got here, my stomach felt like a keg and looked like a keg and everything was painful.
Stress blows the thing and nervous farts. So
I don't nervous fart. I do not nervous fart. The kid does. She laugh farts, but that's different. Anyways, so he sends me this thing and goes, hey, let's go live at 10:30. I'd like to hear your take on this. And he sends me a title. And it's the title that you guys see here.
Actually, let me clarify this because I want y'all to understand something really important here is how real this is. And
am I stressing out over it?
No. Like what we
because there's like a 10-minute of stress text back and forth.
Yeah, so what we do, and it's basically she was like, well, I don't know this, that, and the other. And I don't know where my message was.
Farther down.
Further down? Yeah.
Right there.
My idea is for you to watch it and speak passionately like you always do. That's it. That's all the planning we have.
Yeah.
And I take that back. And ask the viewers, what would you do if you were in a similar situation?
So he sends me this title and he goes, I just want you to watch it and then, we'll go live and you can talk about it. And so then my brain starts stressing because I haven't seen whatever this is. And I'm like, is this an hour-long thing? I only have an hour to get back. And so whatever. So he sends me the title and it says, saw 11-year-old girl almost get arrested on YouTube. Her dad called 911. And I'm like, I need to understand what this 11-year-old girl did that her dad would call 911 on her and her almost get arrested, right? I'm thinking maybe she's out there setting fire. She's beating people up. She's stealing cars. She's doing whatever. So then I get home and I'm like, hey babe, in order to do this, I need to see what you're talking about. So he sends me the link. Okay. He sends me a link to this little video. And what it is it's a doorbell, like the Ring doorbell.
You can actually read the title, just not say the last word. Let's provide an alternative safe word for the last word, and it'll be
Prom.
Prom.
Okay. So it says here, doorbell cam shows officer tell father of 11-year-old she could be charged for child prom. He sends me this after I've made the live stream. I've got the title going. You guys are already chatting on the side before it starts. I'm in the middle of eating boiled eggs because I don't know why I decided that that's what I wanted to do while my stomach was already doing weird things. Boiled eggs was the best way to go with a little grilled chicken and some ketchup because, hey, why not?
My clock.
So I start watching. I click on this thing and I'm like, oh, I can't say these things in a live stream. Number one, that's not the topic I want to talk about really on a live stream. That needs to be a members only kind of topic, child proms. And I was like, I don't know how to do this. And then I watched the video and my mind changed 100%.
Thank you.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. The video is all of 30 seconds, if that. And it's a Ring doorbell camera video of two police officers, a female police officer and a male police officer walking up to the door.
Man, that woman.
And they ring the doorbell. Dad opens the door. And all you really hear is the female officer saying, well, your 11-year-old could be charged because she's the one sending the pictures or whatever else. And the dad goes, I called the police because a grown man has been communicating with my child on the internet, and you're telling me my child could get in trouble. And the female police officer goes, well, she's the one sending the pictures, right? She's the one doing it. And when I tell you, if I had been the mom in that house, I would have launched myself at a female police officer, and that's not
He did
allowed.
The best thing he could do.
Is shut the door. He did the best thing he could do. He shut the door.
Because honestly, from the look of him, he would strike me as the type of guy that would probably punch her in the face.
Yes, that is also true. And from the look of her, she looked like she probably has gotten punched in the face before, based off the way she said that. So here's what happened. Let me explain to you what happened. I don't have the 100% backstory on it. I have the gist of it. And I want to say I don't want the whole backstory of it because it's as a parent of a teenage daughter, and as somebody who understands how the internet works now, when we didn't have the internet when I was her age, and how things have changed for kids, it's terrifying and angry.
This gets into 11-year-old having a phone.
Okay, so the thing here is what had happened was somehow an 11-year-old is in contact with a grown man on the internet, and they are back and forth sending inappropriate things. All right. Now, here's a few issues I have with this. The first issue I have with this is the video itself of the Ring doorbell camera where the man called the police to get help. And the female officer, the first thing she says is, well, we could charge your daughter because she's the one sending the pictures. Ma'am, you are what's wrong with this whole world. Just so you fully understand, you are more interested in charging a child than you are in protecting this child and explaining to this child what has gone on, what is going on, what is wrong here, whatever. Ooh, this is a whole thing that I could lose my ever-loving shit over, just so we're all fully aware. There's numerous issues with this. There's so many issues that I don't even know where to start, and that's the problem.
And the issues actually tie into my Candace Owens video from this morning, but we'll get into that.
Okay.
But the problem is, somebody even said it, that we are rewarding bad behavior instead of punishing criminals.
Yes.
I think that's how they put it.
Rewarding bad behavior?
Essentially, the cop rewards the adult who's messaging this child, and then tries to punish the child for not knowing. Like, I don't even know if I'm saying it right.
No,
because they're punishing the innocent.
Well, because she's looking at it as not innocent. If you know how to take these pictures and do these things and send them, you're not that innocent. It's probably what she's thinking. And I will agree, not that innocent. And then the question goes, why is she not that innocent? What is she witnessing? How is she not being parented that she is not that innocent at 11 years old?
Well, let's just put it to you like this. Let's just assume that this is not a typical nuclear household, basically, and the child spends some time here and some time somewhere else.
Okay.
So when she's here, dad is like, this is how it's going to be. And when she's somewhere else, mom is like, this is how it's going to be. You see what I'm saying?
How do you know it's not the other way around?
I'm just saying, though, because of him calling the police, what if that's the case? She sees mom doing it. So...
That is also a thing. So I've talked about this a couple of times before, not totally on topic, but still on topic, that when we worked out a lot, I would constantly take like pictures of like muscle and development, and I would try to see how things were looking and whatever else. But I would make negative comments about myself all the time. I'd be like, oh, I can't wear shorts. My thighs are fat today. I can't do this, blah, blah, blah. And then I realized that I have a impressionable 7, 8-year-old, 9-year-old who is hearing me put myself down, which then turns around to her having body issues. So I don't take selfies. I quit doing those a long time ago. He asked me yesterday for pictures of us. I don't even take pictures of us anymore because I don't want to seem like I'm constantly in a phone. I have like 7 of them. But I don't want to constantly seem like I'm in a phone or that I'm constantly trying to, look a certain way or do a certain thing because I don't want my child now to have that same mentality or whatever thought process. And the problem is you have the Kardashians raising children these days because parents are not doing it. You have social media raising kids these days. You have TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, showing these girls that in order to be important or popular or whatever, you have to dress like a little hoochie at 10. You have to do your makeup at 9. You have to have a boyfriend in your first kiss by the time you're 8.
Pageant stuff.
All these little things, all those pageants. Everything on TLC and MTV makes me want to find producers and throat punch every single one of them because they're not doing these shows with boys. They're doing these things with girls to make it seem like girls are only there to be little baby hoe bags. And it's annoying and I don't like it.
I unfortunately came across somebody's video the other day and they were explaining how to post a selfie on Instagram. And the way they described it was, you worked really hard to get the best selfie, but now you can't post it because you got to get the right caption because you want everyone to like it. But they won't see it if you don't optimize it. And it's like, why can't you just take a damn picture and post it? Versus you have to seek the acceptance and approval and hearts and likes and accolades and clout of the random strangers of the internet who will tear you down the moment that they get a chance and opportunity to. If you happen to, go against what they believe is, they agree to.
So the kid sees that I'm on YouTube, right? And I tell her the good and the bad. I say, I could be the girl who on YouTube wears the low-cut shirt, pushes her boobs into her throat, and does her makeup and hair so that I appeal to everybody on YouTube. But I don't want to do that. Like, I have zero interest in that. I'd rather appeal to the people who care about what's here as opposed to what's here. And that's hard for females to do in this day and age when everything is pushed at you to care about what's here and two shits about what's up in there.
It's interesting that you say that because you probably didn't see my video from earlier today.
I did not.
SquirrelTribe Kevin.
You mean when I was driving or when I was showering or when I was cooking?
Do you have your notifications turned on? I'm just
No,
saying.
I do not.
So, but again, shout out to everybody who has supported and watched and subscribed. I really do appreciate it. But on this video here with Candace Owens, in that video, I actually talk about another creator and a video of hers that I watched yesterday. 389,000 views in 4 days. She has 311,000 subscribers, but she was getting under 80,000 views a video before, and they're all the same. Interestingly enough, this one, I think, got pushed harder because of what she was actually talking about, which she makes a really, really valid point, but she also leverages how she looks and her clothing to get attention.
You have to use the words lack of.
But at the end of the day, like, what she's wearing is inappropriate for some in this setting. What she's wearing is completely appropriate if you're at the beach. Yet you can wear a bathing suit at the beach, but you can't wear underwear because it's different, but it's the same.
Which is so weird.
Exactly.
It's
That's what I'm
so
saying.
weird.
And if you don't actually pay attention to listen to what she's saying, then you'll kind of miss it. You're actually not kind of, you will miss it. But I think she also does leverage certain things to get people's attention to have an opportunity to have the conversation.
And here's the thing. I refuse to leverage anything to get people's attention to have the conversation. I want to have the conversation.
False.
What am I leveraging? I refuse to leverage physicality. How about that?
No. False.
How? Staring at the camera? Facial expression?
Who's going to click on the video? Everybody. Who's going to click on the video? Nobody.
Okay, so we're looking at it two totally different ways, which is fine. I'm not going to leverage what a lot of females will leverage. Let me put it to you that way.
Okay.
Just not going to do it. I will leverage a smile or a lack of a smile, but I'm not going to leverage a left boob or a right boob or a butt or
a crotch.
Or a crotch. I'm not going to leverage any of those things. I have them, but I record from here up for a reason. So there's that. People are like, if you angle your camera differently and wear a different kind of shirt and do your hair down all the time and put on makeup, you get a lot more views. Okay.
How about a weenus? There's a
This is your
group
weenus.
of people out there that just,
This is your weenus.
that really gets them going.
It's so weird to me. Ugh, it just feels weird anyway. Anyway, so listen, the thing with this kid, you hear my stomach do the thing? This is why I'm glad the microphone is up here and not down here. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. There's so many different things. Okay, so here's the thing. An 11-year-old having a phone. I can't even say that. My kid had my old phones when she was 11. Wi-Fi only for in the house if she wanted to watch kid YouTube. That was it. See, somebody heard that. Dang it. It's just my stomach. It's just doing weird things. It's not my butt. So we're fine.
Kid YouTube, Kid Messenger. It was pretty much.
Yeah. So she had Kid Messenger, Facebook Kid Messenger, so that we could talk back and forth. And so that if she was in her room and she had a nightmare or she needed something, if she doesn't want to get out of her room because it was dark, she could message me and I had the volume turned all the way up. Those kind of random things.
Margaret, it was Dr. Hannah Straight that we were talking about. I'm sorry, I didn't show it to you.
Oh, no, it wasn't
It wasn't
Candace's.
Candace Owens.
No,
it was Dr. Hannah
because
Straight.
She doesn't subscribe to the show it to get it thing.
But she's also for protecting children against pedophiles, okay? Which is why she has recently been in YouTube jail for the past 14 days because she was speaking out against it and YouTube disagreed.
Which is why I'm trying not to use certain words in this video because YouTube does not like certain words in this video, which is why we said prom and you should have said predator. The Predator. Alien versus Predator. That movie was actually pretty good. So anyway, the issue here is an 11-year-old with a phone that isn't being checked by a parent is a huge issue. A 14-year-old with a phone who isn't being checked by parents is a huge issue. An 18-year-old that lives under your roof with a phone that isn't being checked by parents is still a huge issue, because here's the thing. They are your kids. They are still children until, nah, she's always a child. She can be 52 and I can be 80. That's not the age difference. How old am I versus her? Anyway, she's still a child. She's still my child, and I will still protect her at all costs, right? But the thing is, too many parents or guardians or whatever, it's not just moms and dads, it's all kinds of people raising children, that because it's gotten so easy to let social media do it, they have backed off. And some of it is because the parents or the caregivers or whoever legitimately are working their asses off and aren't there with the kids. And so the kids are in a daycare, the kids are with a friend, the kids are with somebody else who isn't watching them the right way.
Or the kids are with like other kids.
Or the kids are with other kids.
Kids with their cousin or something, and cousin doing some jacked up stuff.
Yeah. So you got to be really careful.
But the worst part about it is that the female, repetitively tried to be super aggressive. Now, there was a female cop and a male cop. The male cop might have just said, hey, did you call the police or something? The female cop was extremely aggressive towards the father who called 911 and refused to listen to what he was saying about some grown man messaging her and basically trying to entrap her and coerce her into whatever it may be. And her stance was, well, she could be charged as child prom. He's like, she's 11. Yeah, but she could be charged, right?
So then it makes you go, well, I guess I don't call anybody for help. Like, do I just do nothing or whatever? Now, there are people out there, and my kid and I talk about this all the time. I say, listen, there are people on social media who will tell you they are a 14-year-old boy when in actuality they're a 52-year-old man living in their mother's basement doing ungodly things. You cannot take things for face value on social media. You cannot believe that what somebody is telling you on social media, on TikTok, in a video or whatever is true, because you do not know that person. And I tell her all the time, I said, at any point in time, I can take your phone. You need to always remember that. I know every single password to every single thing you could possibly have in your life, and I will check every single thing. I will talk to your little friends like I'm you, just to see what they say back if I need to make sure that things aren't getting a little squirrely on that end. I don't care. Like, I am a parent before anything else, and I'm going to do what needs to be done to ensure my kid isn't doing stupid shit and that nobody's aiming stupid stuff at her at the same time.
The worst part about it all is I'm seeing more and more videos exposing people for who they really are. And that's not the problem. So if anybody has ever heard of someone by the name of SS Sniperwolf, she's got 33 million subscribers on YouTube. Just drop a 1 in the chat if you've ever heard of SS Sniperwolf.
The kids,
or maybe your
SS
kids
Sniperwolf.
have heard her, or you may have heard her. She's got dark hair. I think she wears a wig. She's got these really big glasses sometimes. It's, hello, friends, and we're gonna do reaction videos. So nice to see some 1s in the chat. So some folks have heard of SS Sniperwolf. And there are videos now because of this new lawsuit against her by her ex-boyfriend or whatever it may be, exposing her for who she really is. But the problem is that people have to be explained, like they have to have this explanation that what you see on here may not be real. She may not be the greatest gamer that you thought she was. She may not be a real gamer. She may not actually be reacting to videos and instead of reading scripts. And it's sad and unfortunate that we have to tell people that. Which then you have to think about how far does it stretch and reach when you have children not realizing who's on the other side of the screen, especially if that screen isn't even really a person. It's just text or AI or whatever it may be.
So SS Sniperwolf, we watched her all the time. Me and him and the kid, we'd sit here and watch her reaction to the TikTok things because she wasn't using bad words. She wasn't doing anything, whatever. And a lot of times they were funny, right? And then one day I was like, oh, I wonder if she's got Instagram. Like I wanted to go see if she puts her reactions up there. So I went to her Instagram, and her Instagram is a thirst trap. It's her with very little clothing on, taking a lot of selfies a lot of the time. And I was like, that's the problem. You have girls, my daughter's age, 13, 14, whatever, younger, watching her here and then trying to find a way to go find her on Instagram or TikTok or wherever so they can like her more and follow her more. I don't want my kid going over there and seeing this girl that she thought was using, reactions and whatever, go over here. And instead she's just selfies with tight clothes, dresses, wigs, whatever else. There's no substance here except for look at me. And I don't want my kid getting thrown into that or thinking that that is what it's supposed to be about. You can't tell me these are not all thirst trap pictures.
Okay, I won't.
Okay. You don't agree?
No, I can't say that they're all thirst trap.
What does that have to do with her channel?
Who says it has to have anything to do with her channel?
You would assume because it's the same name.
Who says it has to have anything? Let me ask you this. What does this have anything to do with my channel?
Well, because all of those are from videos or everything we've done on your channel.
Nope. That ain't on my channel.
You're on your channel.
That ain't on my channel.
We're on your channel.
I'm just saying.
But I'm just saying.
I'm like, it's Instagram. She decided to put the picture up, but to me, they don't seem like thirst trap. Like, not all. Okay. Let me see if I can tell you one that seems like a thirst trap. Maybe that one.
How is that any different than the one next to it?
The angle and the exposure.
That's the only one that to me is not a thirst trap, is her standing out in front of a house. And then that one where she's...
So when you say they're all, I can't say they're all because they're not. So, I mean, that's it.
So here's the thing with
is this thirst trap?
No.
Unless you're in the snowmobiles.
But I'm saying the majority of them are.
Is this thirst trap?
No, I said majority.
Now you said majority. Before you said all, and I'm like, no, I can't say all.
So the thing is with the guy who calls the police for his daughter, the issue here is the guy can be mad, but at the same time, he, as the dad, he has to take some responsibility for what is happening also, because he has let it get to the point where his child is doing these kind of things. Hiccup. And how does an 11-year-old know what kinds of pictures to take? Where is she seeing these kinds of things to send this other person? I have massive issues with that.
But the issue doesn't only lie in physical appearance. The issue lies in mimicking what you see online that you think is real, and in all actuality is completely fabricated, planned, strategized, scripted, edited. Like that's the real issue with that. But the big issue is really the damn cop, the female cop, who was just unreal. So the Columbus Dispatch says that body cam footage obtained by the Associated Press showed the September 15th interaction between the father and two officers. The father angrily closed the door after one of the officers told him his daughter could face charges for producing or recording child blank images despite being a victim. And the parent posted to TikTok a now viral security video of the conversation, which has generated widespread criticism of the police's response, with good reason. I don't know why you need the internet to confirm to you that what you did and said was completely wrong.
Well, maybe it's not to confirm. Maybe it's to get it so that that officer is either taken out of the equation or the force or the whatever else, or reprimanded or given some sort of training on how not to be a douche when you go to
I can tell you right now that cops can kill people and they'll get put on leave.
That is true.
They still get paid, okay?
Yeah.
So this isn't going to cause any interruption in her career as a police officer. And unfortunately, I came across another story of a Seattle police officer who basically committed vehicular manslaughter of a woman crossing the street and then laughed about it on body cam.
I saw that.
He laughed about it on body cam and said that her life was only worth about $11,000. Cut the check. And you think that this is going to cause any police chief or precinct to say, you know what, this cop, she was completely insensitive to the situation and probably doesn't need to be out there making these judgment calls. Like, think about it. This is a judgment call. She made a judgment call, and the choices and words that she used What happens when that judgment call becomes a life or death judgment call?
That
And
is the
she's
problem.
got to pull a trigger.
Well, the other problem is that you have enough people who want to blame the victim stops calling. I mean, that's a female thing all day long. I mean, rape victims, they don't call because you get the same kind of thing. Well, what were you wearing? What did you say to him? Did you lead him on? Like all that dumb shit. And so people just stop calling now.
I think it depends on who it is. If you're Danny Masterson or Russell Brand, then they're gonna back you up. They're gonna back you up, and they're gonna help you go after his riches. Okay. Mm-hmm. But it says that the officer's conduct is being investigated, as well as any crime that may have been committed against a girl. So I don't know if you saw that part. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you knew that part. So
well, I knew they were going to investigate. I mean, they have to. I mean, you have to. There's no going against that. The odds that they're going to charge this 11-year-old for something also zero. The officer just literally needs a good throat punch one time, and I'm pretty sure she'll get her shit together. But the issue still comes down to it's happening all over the place because of social media. I told my daughter, I said, you can't ever send anybody stuff like that because you don't know what those little boys are going to do with you. Like you just never know. There's movies out there all over the place of teenage girls who, they'll send their boyfriend a picture of them topless, and then their boyfriend sends it to the entire school. And it's like, you got to be careful, kid. Like, seriously. So she knows, and I'm like, if you hear your friends talking about any of these kind of things where they're saying that they're talking to somebody or they're whatevering, you need to get as much information as you can. And if it sounds like something that a parent needs to know, you tell me, and we'll figure it out. Because kids also need to know that they have people they can trust to talk to about these kinds of things. Even if that 11-year-old had, said to her dad or her mom or something, hey, this person sent me this message, and mom and dad were like, yeah, whatever, just do whatever. Maybe she tried to say, hey, I don't know, and they shoot her away, and she's like, okay, I guess it's fine, and then here you are. So you have to be able to have those conversations with your kids.
And we try to have these conversations, but YouTube doesn't make it very easy to do, so we have to be strategic about what we say and what we share. So so Patreon does exist, so we can have more freedom. But much like what we've seen here with Candace Owens, with Dr. Hannah Straight, with a lot of other folks on YouTube kind of getting the hammer dropped on them, YouTube's going to continuously increase their stringent policy guidelines, right? So what does that mean exactly? Hey, Joshua. Thanks, Joshua.
Thank you very much, Joshua. Joshua says this world has become so ass backwards that it's sickening. Down is up and wrong is right. So sad. And it does seem like that a lot of the times because, it feels like if you look at it from a step back and pay attention standpoint, everything is meant to divide everybody in one way or another. Right now, it's divide the children from their parents. And then it's divide, men and women from wanting to be married to each other. You have all these new videos going around TikTok and stuff about why women want to stay single, why marriage is a trap and all this other stuff. Because once you're married, you can't just go off and do whatever you want. Well, guys could look at it the exact same way. But social media is now pushing it so that it's women who are getting the short end of the stick if they get married, and they should stay strong, independent women and be career oriented and whatever else. And it's like, they're not showing you that you can still be a strong, independent, career oriented woman with a husband. You can still be everything you want to be with a husband, just with the right husband. Like, they're not showing you that. And so it feels like everywhere you look, it's designed to just push things apart, start little fights, do whatever. And it kind of, it sucks, Well,
it's strange. I was actually thinking about it today. Do you know who could continue or allow the continuation of our species on their own?
Nobody.
Women.
We're not amphibious toads. We still have to have sperm to make the.
And it exists in banks.
Oh yeah, ladies, let's unite. We don't.
I'm just saying, literally at this point in time, the only gender that could continue the species would be on their own would be a woman.
I like it.
Because men haven't figured out a way to reproduce yet.
No.
Science is still working on it, but they haven't.
That's the problem. Science is still working on it. You don't need science for a woman.
Well, you still need, for, the
You got a turkey baster? We get it done.
insemination.
I'm just saying.
But that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, if you really think about it, it almost seems like it's a race against, science, men in science versus women, because women could literally continue on. They have everything that they need to do it.
You sound like what's his face in Jurassic Park now.
So long as there's no jars to open or spiders anywhere, it's like.
Says the guy who, if there's any sort of crawly bug that's not a spider, you're like, hey, I need you to come here and get a paper towel. There's a thing. I have to take care of it. So don't even go there. Just so you know. Richard said Kingdom Reacts posted a new video.
He did.
He's back.
He did post a new
Marvin
video.
says, I don't care what science says. I don't want to have a baby. Yo, it hurts. I would not suggest it. Just so you know, men do not have the same tolerance as a woman. A man gets a cold and he's out for a week and has to be babied. A woman gets a cold. She still has to go make the food and take care of the kids and wash the clothes and do whatever else. So just saying. Nothing against the men.
But here's the deal. Here's where we are headed towards. So YouTube has introduced a new policy where basically if it doesn't align with their thoughts and opinions, you can't say it. And this is in regard to health and medicine and, alternatives, which is what I talked about with Dr. Hannah Straight. You would assume that her video was a censorship about the female body, but it was actually censorship in regards to her profession, being a doctor, and the things that she cannot share as a doctor who lives in her van in the woods, who would typically lean towards natural remedies versus going to a doctor's office.
Yeah, but I mean, in order to get the male population to watch.
That's not the point. That's not the point. The point is that YouTube is censoring it.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the point. The point is YouTube's censoring it. And what are they going to censor next? Because ultimately they're trying to curb misinformation. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just going to choose hard line. And if you're on the other side, then you're out. You're not included in this. Okay. Hey, Chris.
Let me read Chris's thing. Thank you very much, Chris. Chris said, we must model the right behaviors in order to empower strong, confident, independent thinking daughters. You are great parents. Keep doing you, boo. Thank you, Chris. And I don't even want to say daughters, kids in general, because you have it so that they're trying to dumb down the girls, but then they're also trying to make the guys feel like they can do no wrong and that they are masters of the universe. And you're going to have such a huge divide as these kids get older that it's going to be hard for any of them to be in relationships, for the family dynamic to continue on, because everything is being pushed in such a stupid way right now that kids are confused.
Now, add to that confusion. Think about this. Add to that confusion. Think about all the confusion that's going on, right? Mm-hmm. All the progressive confusion that's going on right now. So if YouTube is drawing a hard line on health and medicine with the World Health Organization, the WHO, and cancer treatments, this, that, and the other, what line are they going to draw next to try to curb some of this misinformation? You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So where you would possibly have the ability to go to gain access to, some more logically thinking individuals and the content that they create, if it doesn't align with what they say, it won't be shown on the platform. It will disappear. It will be hidden. It will be shadow banned. It will not be pushed. And this is not just with boys and girls. This is also with right and wrong. So YouTube is going to take a hard stance here, and they're going to decide. They're going to be the ultimate end all be all on what's right in their eyes, even if it's wrong. And Dr. Hannah Straight even says that. She goes, even if some of these proven, WHO, medicine, whatever, is proven to be harmful, it's okay because it's what they say. Mm-hmm. So I'm only saying this because I also see a lot of the things that YouTube allows on their platform. I see a lot of things that YouTube allows on their platform today. Allows. Mm-hmm. In comparison to what they don't allow today, which is really, really scary if you think about the future of what they won't allow.
You know what's interesting? I just pulled up Russell Brand's channel, and he put a video up a couple days ago talking about things I talked about months ago. Yet he's got 731,000 views because he's Russell Brand and he's pushed and he's
got 6
else.
million subscribers.
He's got 6 million subscribers, and I'm like, bro, you're talking about it like it's new. I talked about this months ago with Bill Gates and Appeal and the lab culture chicken on my main channel on Squirrel Tribe, and he does it a week ago like it's some big new thing, and I'm like, But because I'm not a celebrity or dressing a certain way or making thumbnails in a bikini with the word censored across me, I don't get views. I don't get pushed because I'm not going to do it the way that they want it done.
Not necessarily true.
Well, that's how
Not
it feels
necessarily
under a
true.
phrase.
Granted, your views are going to be somewhat restricted and limited based on your subscribers a little bit, but then it's also a matter of literally what Dr. Hannah Straight did, tricking people into eating their vegetables. Basically, that's what she did.
Yeah.
Well,
she tricked the guys into clicking on a bikini.
And
They're not going to be mad.
And if
they got to click on
are
a bikini.
the gatekeepers to your content, and you have to do that for it to then be pushed out to being sent to over, it seems like it's so far as 110 or 115% more viewers than she has subscribers.
Yeah, and I get maybe
So who's
10 to 30%.
so who's really winning here?
Obviously, Dr. Hannah Straight.
No, it's the ones who realize how to work the system in order for people to hear the message.
Yeah.
You know, you can't walk softly and carry a big stick anymore. You got to really make some noise. You got to rattle the cage.
Well, to me, rattling the cage isn't a bikini thumbnail. So that's where I'm
not saying that that's it. You just got to figure out how you're going to rattle your cage, because that wouldn't work for your audience anyway.
No.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She's built that audience.
Yeah.
So you got to figure out how you're going to rattle your cage.
Y'all tell me how to rattle a cage so people will watch my videos when I'm trying to explain to you what the hell is happening in the world on the other channel, not this one. Although here too, obviously, but the whole thing with I know you're focused on the female police officer aspect of it, but I'm focused on the parental aspect of what is going on with the 11-year-old and whoever she's talking to on the other end, because without parents, that's what happens. And unfortunately with parents, that's what happens, because too many parents are just taking a step back. Oh, they know better. They're grown. They whatever. The kid and I were having a conversation a couple days ago about something. I don't remember what it was. And she she said something about, oh, it's okay. They talk about it at school all the time. And I'm like, man.
I'm going to show you some things I can't show you guys, which is weird. I can't show it to you even though it's on YouTube, but this just proves my point about how YouTube picks and chooses their censorship and what's okay and what's not.
What the? How is that? No, how is that okay? Where is that? How is that a thing? Can I tell them what it was?
You can try. It's your channel. Just know we're tied together, so.
Well, they obviously labeled it as educational purposes, but it's basically, y'all, I don't even know where to go with this, because I put up a video about what's happening in our country. And I get yellow ad suitability, meaning that they don't like what I'm talking about and advertisers don't want to be on it, right? Because I'm telling too much stuff on the main channel on SquirrelTribe. The thumbnail he just showed me
shows everything.
Shows everything on a female in the crotchal region, if you will, and there is no way to determine if it's an 8-year-old or a 40-year-old woman. You have no idea the age of that little section right there. And it is just right there. And the title of it, I'm just going to say it has to do with these. And it's like, are you kidding me right now? And that's on YouTube.
That's the one I was looking for. That's the one I was looking for. They let this.
How?
YouTube lets this through.
How?
But you can't talk about certain things like Candace Owens does, and then you get thrown in jail for 14 days. You see what I'm saying?
This is adult prom. Smack dab on you don't even get those thumbnails on Prom Hub. Like, it won't even show you that much, and that's on YouTube.
Meanwhile, somebody like Russell Brand gets an accusation, and they immediately pull his money. They pull the monetization. But this is okay. This is cool. Who's this calling? This is cool. I'm just saying, and this is the beginning. Once they start dropping that hammer down on every different subject, it's going to be like that damn female cop on the porch talking about, you could be charged for this. You're like, but I'm the victim here.
I want to be the Cape Crusader so bad. I want a cape and I want to run around just fixing things and knocking people out and whatever else. Because
So, Short Bus Mooner says Rumble didn't dump Russell, and Rumble doesn't pay Russell anywhere near how much YouTube paid Russell. Okay.
y'all, my hands are sweating because I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Like I have like angry hands. I don't know how to explain it, but I have angry hands because now you can't have this on there and then expect an 11-year-old who has the ability to get on YouTube to not see those things and go, oh, that's how you send a picture. That's how you put your legs. That's what you do with your hands. Are you kidding me right now? I have massive issues right this second.
And
So
yes,
awful
I
aware.
look for it because I got to do my market research to understand how to rattle the cages, basically, because this is what I'm seeing. This is what I'm seeing happening. And it's like, all right, we can disappear, we can be silenced, or we can start rattling some cages.
Well, I'm going to rattle the hell out of some cages.
Not with that thumbnail.
Not with that thumbnail. I don't even know where to go with that. Like, how is that? Nope, I got nothing there.
Just understand the method behind my search history on YouTube if you see it. Don't be like,
Well, obviously you had 30 minutes alone by yourself in the bathroom. I understand your search history. I'm kidding. It's a joke. It's funny, but it's a joke. Man, okay. Well, my child's now going to be restricted from YouTube. Like she's not allowed ever in life again. Here I am thinking, and I knew better, but I mean, I knew there was stuff on there, but I didn't know it could show it to you like that as a thumbnail.
YouTube's cool with it. They cool with that, but they ain't cool with some other stuff. They're cool with that. I bet you they'd even show you how to do your own stuff if you wanted to make some changes down there. I bet you YouTube would be like, yeah, that's cool. Show that. I'd be willing to bet. I'm not joking about this. I'd be willing to bet that YouTube would say that is okay. Let me show you how to cure a headache, naturally. No. Shut that down.
Well, technically that also cures a headache, so there's that.
No. I said if you want to make some changes down there.
Oh, I thought you meant like I thought you were just doing a thing with the thing.
It's like doing an engine swap.
Betty said, what channel had that thumbnail? Nope, Betty, can't do it. Can't do it. Nope. Because then all your search history for all of y'all is going to be in the toilet and your spouse is going to be like, excuse me?
If you
and
want
then you might have, but here's the thing. Maybe that whole thing is because they want to see who's looking that kind of stuff up and who's watching it. Because again, even that thumbnail, you don't know how old those girls are.
Actually, technically, you're 100% right. And they
How
do.
to Catch a Predator.
No, you're absolutely right. They do because they're targeting these people with more content. This is manipulated. This is SS Sniperwolf says in this lawsuit that I was listening to from Atozy or something, ATOZY, says that her channel used to be super sexy sniper, and it's not anywhere related to SS Sniperwolf, but she didn't want anyone to know about super sexy sniper because she was locked into that audience. So YouTube knows. Once they know, and then they're going to retarget you to send you down that path, right? But like I said, I bet you they would be cool with people doing engine swaps and putting motors in cars that don't belong and putting Tesla batteries in, C10 trucks. This would be more like a transmission swap. I can't say the short form of it, but it's transmission swap,
Yeah, no, I get it.
So it'd be like going from a manual to automatic, basically.
Going from a no, I can't even think of it. Never mind.
Now
there's ways to think of it, but
we would give it a 2-syllable nickname back in the day. Is transmission, but I'm gonna stick with transmission.
Leave that mission.
Transmission.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Man. Okay. So that's a thing. That's a whole thing. Man. Watchman's duty. I didn't last long with my first YouTube channel. Then I left. So how many views does that channel with that have with that thumbnail?
I don't know. I'm not clicking on it.
No,
I saw it.
He's not allowed to click on it.
I'm not clicking on it. I don't want it infiltrating my avatar.
Because here's the thing. The kid will take his phone. She'll take my phone. When we're in the car and she's like, hey, can I have music? I just hand her my phone in the back because there's nothing, So I'm like, here, go. And she'll pull up YouTube music. She'll pull up YouTube. She'll pull up whatever. And heaven forbid, I try to see what channel that was. And then that's what pops up when I hand her my phone and that's what she sees. No, we're going to have a whole issue.
It'd be like that scene from Bad Boys 2 when they're in the video store and they're trying to play that video recording on the TV.
Marsha Booth said, think about the books they are reading and showing in grade school to promote. It's no different in their eyes. So I actually saw a couple of books. There's this whole website for Brooklyn Public Library, I think it's Brooklyn Public Library, that has all the banned books. You can go to the website and get all the books online or whatever else, all the books that have been banned in different schools. And I go look at some books that are banned and I'm like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. To Kill a Mockingbird, to ban that is just ignorant. But then they have ones that are banned where I saw the one where it's basically, can I even say this? It's basically...
Probably not.
I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to figure it out. It's basically a book about a nephew and an uncle, and the uncle is a little too uncle-y, if you know what I mean, to the nephew, and the nephew's trying to talk to somebody about it, and the book seems like it's promoting extra uncle-ism, but I think what it is, if you really pay attention to it, it's trying to explain to kids how extra uncle-ism happens and the signs of it, so you know what it is and you can tell a parent or an adult or whatever else. So I think there's that fine line. There is a fine line on what should be shown and not shown, but even that should not be in school. That is something that I don't even know how you would determine if that's okay for a child. And it's not like, as a parent, if you're the parent who's more like the uncle, it's not like you're going to take your child to the library and go, you should read this so you understand. I don't even know.
So Sparky Tuttle says about clicking on that thing. It was actually a thumbnail. Here's where it gets even better. It was a thumbnail to a playlist. So once you're in that playlist, you're automatically going to be locked into this loop. So I don't know how many videos that particular video had of that thumbnail that was the cover photo of the playlist, but I'm not clicking on the playlist is what I'm saying.
Well, Uncle Jesse from Full House is totally different. Just so we're all fully aware. Jeremy said, I'm an uncle and that offends me. Well, I'm sorry.
Why is it offending you?
I think he's being funny because
okay.
people get offended at everything these days. Marvin says, this is disturbing. Is it too early to drink? No, as soon as we're done here, I'm like, listen, I was going to have a mimosa, but somebody left the champagne in the freezer and it exploded in the freezer. So everything smells really good when I open the freezer. It's covered in champagne dust, if you will.
So the new rule is if you buy 2 bottles of champagne, you have to drink 2 bottles of champagne. Because we bought 2, we chilled them. I took one out, drank it, and
forgot about the second one.
Left the other one in there. So that's a party foul.
You never listened to the Janet Jackson song. We got to do that later.
Okay, which one?
Moist. I hate that
For some
word.
reason, squishy was in my head. I'm like, that's probably not it.
Squishy. Probably not it, no. Man.
So do we have an AITA coming up later?
On Squirrel Tribe Life?
Sure.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to have an AITA coming up later on Squirrel Tribe Life. There's going to be some Squirrel Tribe videos also, which I'm super excited about. There is a Squirrel Tribe Kevin video out for sure. And what else we got?
I have videos going up on Squirrel Tribe later.
That's what you said.
Oh, sorry. I was reading these things and my brain is still stuck on all kinds of stuff. And
I did clean it up, Sarah. I tried to.
I
got
did.
some of the slushy out.
Yeah.
The champagne slushy.
Yeah.
Squishy and moist.
Squishy butt commercial. There's a squishy butt commercial?
What are you talking?
Have you seen the squishy butt commercial?
Oh, no,
I would think it's like a Charmin commercial
Yeah.
with the little bears or something. Maybe, I don't know.
My
Oh, yeah, they're still talking about your 2025 live on Kevin.
2025. Yeah, mark your calendar. Set the date. Save the date. That's what it is. Save the date.
Here's the thing. You can't even report that kind of stuff to YouTube because then
You gotta watch it
see
to
who
report it.
reports it. And they see who reports it too. So then they're like, well, why are you watching this? And they're going to go look at your stuff and then go through your search history.
It needs to be like the YouTube Uncut. Like BET had Uncut. They need to have YouTube Uncut.
Man.
Which is technically Vimeo. Vimeo is YouTube Uncut.
Oh, that's true. That is actually true.
Or Rumble. I don't know what Rumble stance is on that kind of stuff.
I think Rumble, you can do anything. Anonymously report. I don't know if you can do that.
Twitter, you can do anything on Twitter. Anything on Twitter. Which I did not know that until recently.
There's something on my... How did you find out?
searching for anything.
Did you really go type in the word anything?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, there's something under my contact, maybe? I'm just
Did you
going to
get
see.
a hair wrapped around your eyeball?
I did that one time in the Jeep. It was horrible. Ow. Whatever it is, it's poking me in the eye.
Do a reaction video. So is it... All right, so technically we have.
No, he's asking you a question. Like a question. Do a reaction video? Like you said something earlier about AITA, and I guess you used the word reaction maybe?
Oh, my bad. That's what I meant to say, because technically they are reactions to these posts, but they're not reactions to other people's videos, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
We're trying not to reuse content like Kingdom Reacts.
Yeah.
Rumble's cracking down. That's crazy. That's early.
Okay, my eye. I can't see out my left eye right now. Because there's something in it. Can you see
Much
if there's
love.
something in it? Look. Is there something in there?
Contact lens.
Lean in closer. Is there
I can't
an eyelash?
see the glare and everything.
It's not that glary. I would just put my eyeball in the camera for you guys, but that's not going to be helpful. But there's definitely something in my eyeball.
Yeah, Rumble. I don't know. Like, if honestly, if you want to be able to earn revenue, Rumble's not really where it's at, and Rumble's algorithm is kind of.
Rumble is the most difficult place in the world to figure out how to find something. I figured that out when I was trying to find my own videos. I'm like, I don't understand this. It's definitely difficult.
Rumble. Yeah, I don't like Rumble. Uploading videos it's just unpleasant. Unfortunately, YouTube has cornered this market, and Twitter would be a close second. And if Twitter really gets their monetization, if Twitter can get in line with advertisers and create this monetization, then YouTube will probably disappear.
Probably. Most likely. Dragon said your finger is in it some, because I was trying to, like, what's in my eye.
Not gonna happen, Crazy D.
Oh, yeah, no, don't do it. Unless you're on, like, an incognito web browser. But even then, don't do it. Yeah. Pirates, gosh.
Now, granted, YouTube does not show this to everybody, probably because if you sign in, or if you view without being signed in, technically this would be restricted content. Technically, unless they got it past the filter.
Wait, that stuff or what we're talking about now?
That stuff.
Okay. Yeah,
that's my guess. I'm not 100% sure.
Probably.
But yeah.
Please understand that when the kid gets home, I'll be like, hi, how was your day at school? Give me your phone. And I'm just going to see what her little friends are talking about now. Now I'm just curious what they're sending and whatever else. I haven't checked in a couple days. Now it's time.
Oh, yeah.
I got to do it willy-nilly. You can't just every day at a certain time because then she'll know to be careful. No,
I think
she's not like that, though.
I think
so
you
don't
find
worry about
nothing,
that.
and then you're kind of like relieved and disappointed.
Well, plus she tells me everything. So I don't have to worry about it. She'll be like, Mom, guess what? And I'll be like, what? And she'll tell me, I'll be like, are you kidding? She's like, no. And those are the things most kids don't tell their parents. So it's kind of interesting. We talk.
But either way, I take that back because I did ask what you got. I asked you what would they do. So what would y'all do if you called the police because of an obvious wrongdoing that 99.9% of people can understand is wrong, and the police then respond with a threat to you and or your child? Like, what would you do in that situation? Now, this guy, he turned his back. He said, have a nice night, close the door. He was pissed. But he went a calm route of de-escalating the situation and walking away.
Do y'all think I would go a calm route and de-escalate a situation?
I know some sleeves get pushed up. For sure.
You're making fun of me because I pushed my sleeves up that one time before I mushed that lady in the face. Yeah. No, I don't de-escalate. You got to de-escalate me. That's the problem. I'm the emotional one here. If that had been my house, my door, and that police officer had shown up after I had called about what was going on, and she had used that tone with me, y'all, if you watch the video, the tone, ma'am, it's the last time you're ever going to be able to use that tone. Your mouth ain't going to work after that. Just so you know. Don't take that tone with me. Would not have worked out well.
Oh, man. But what would y'all do? What is the proper protocol, especially when it's up against law enforcement? You see what I'm saying?
That's the problem.
You see what I'm saying?
Law enforcement. So no matter what, you're in the wrong because you aren't law enforcement. I'm going to go get a badge just so I can't be in the wrong.
That's like that video I saw, the cop, he was arresting the firefighter on the scene trying to put out a fire. What kind of cop arrests a firefighter trying to put out a fire?
I don't know. People are stupid. Traveling through, the answer is no. It was a white guy with a beard. I'll put a link to that little video in the description so you guys can look at it when this is over.
That link got some choice words attached to it.
It does? Oh, it does.
Y'all want to look it up.
You'll have to look it up then. Firefighter handcuffed. Oh, he was handcuffed for something else, not because of that, but they just happened to be able to get him because he was on the scene. He wasn't handcuffed for trying to put out a fire. He was handcuffed for something else. They'd been looking for him for something. So that's a little different. They didn't give you all that stuff. All they're showing you is a firefighter getting arrested in the middle of a car accident thing, but he had done something that was warranted.
What'd he do?
I don't remember, but it was a warranted arrest. That's all I remember. Dog, you're killing me, bro. Max. Sorry, and you stink. You need a bath.
I guess it's interesting. That's how they rattle the cage. They present it as firefighter detained. Police detained firefighter who was helping car crash victims. That's how they rattle the cage.
Uh-huh. Yeah, because that's what you're going to click on. How dare they arrest this firefighter who was helping a car crash victim? Well, that firefighter is being arrested on child prom charges, and they just happen to catch him there. Then you're like, oh, you better get that firefighter. You know what I mean? It all depends on how you want to label it or title it to see who's going to click on it and what emotion they're going to have behind the click. Everything is phrased in ways to incite a certain emotion from people. That's the thing. Some cages need rattling. I agree completely.
I want to know what this guy did.
I don't remember now, but I remember it was something. They're not going to tell you there. You got to Google it the other way.
The problem is it's ABC News, and they don't even tell you.
What city was that? It just says car crash
CHP.
victim. What is CHP?
California Highway Patrol.
Okay.
San Diego. St. Diego.
California. Okay, you got to talk to them because I'm Googling
Handcuffs now. Chula Vista. Chula Vista. I guess that's where it was. Chula Vista. Some interesting city names in California. California, actually, I saw a list. I think Patty sent me this list, so I'm going to share it with you guys. I think it was Patty. Where it was like the most expensive cities where people can't afford to live. Oh, here it is. Top 10 U.S. cities that are running out of jobs and cheap housing. And I think like 8 out of 10 of them are in California. So 10 is San Francisco.
Oh, this isn't the right one. Well, okay, this isn't the one I was thinking of. So that person, they arrested him because he wouldn't move his fire truck out of the way because it was causing an accident. It would have caused an accident. That's not the one I was thinking of. There was another one where the guy had a warrant out for him. But he wasn't actually arrested. They just put him in handcuffs.
Because it would cause an accident. Yeah. Do you see how cops show up on the scene?
It says here,
Do you see how
California
the cops pit that 6 Series BMW in Atlanta that caused an accident?
Yeah.
Like
it says here, they're trying to smooth over an unfortunate event in which a CHP officer handcuffed a firefighter at a freeway accident on Tuesday night. The officer had ordered the firefighter to move a fire truck because he felt it was unsafely blocking a lane of traffic at the scene of a collision. The firefighter refused, saying he needed to confer with his captain. The CHP officer handcuffed the firefighter and put him in the back of a patrol car where he remained for about 30 minutes. No arrest was made.
Let me ask you a question. Did him handcuffing and detaining the firefighter end up moving the fire truck? I highly doubt it.
I highly doubt it. All I did was take a look.
Where's the logic here?
Yeah.
Where's the logic here? There's no logic. It's I have a badge and a gun.
Yeah.
And some handcuffs and a car.
Yeah. Just depends.
There's no logic. It's an illogical situation.
Illogical situations. What time? Man, it's already 11:40.
The only logic is there is no logic.
We've been running our mouths for over an hour. Sorry about that, guys. Take up this much of your time.
Well, stay tuned because there's more to come for sure. Please smash the like button. And make sure I told him this morning, I said, check out the SquirrelTribe brand. So we got SquirrelTribe, SquirrelTribe 2.0, SquirrelTribe Life, SquirrelTribe Kevin. So make sure you check it out. Because it's all good stuff. Mm-hmm. But it's all different.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Marcia, the fire that is not being fought. Oh, you're talking about there. I thought you were talking about what's going on right now in California. I'm actually going to make a video about that later, so never mind. I got confused. But if you want to see it, it'll be on SquirrelTribe. Anyway, that is that.
That is that.
That is that.
Remember, folks, trust but verify. Believe half of what you see, none of what you hear.
Unless it's coming from me.
I mean, that's pretty much like for the most part, for sure. Like, she's not going to just run off at the mouth about some random stuff. But you still don't get into the habit of it because people will do that on purpose, intentionally. They'll do it on purpose and intentionally to get you to trust and believe them, and then spread. And it's all based on looks and appearances. Mm-hmm. Do you look like me? Do you sound like me? Do you talk like me? Do you live like me? Do you agree with me? Do you say the things that I want to hear?
You sound like an Eminem song.
Only to, apparently, Kim is going to join. She's going to be present at Haley's wedding. It's supposed to be a big deal.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Eminem's ex, Kim? Or
I was like, what are you talking about?
Is it Kim?
Yeah. Okay. I had no clue.
You said it.
I was talking to Kim Lindsay in here, and I was like, who's Haley? And then I'm thinking of the kid's friend. So I have no idea what was happening. Yeah, even on my stuff, I say you still can do your own research after me. Like, it's, you know what I mean? Like, still be willing to make your own opinions and stuff. I didn't even know the kid was getting married, so.
I saw it on something. I don't know. I'm trying to do research, and then it shows me stuff I don't really care about, but then it's in Kim Mathers. Then it's in my head. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah. Once you see this visual, you can't forget it. Like, it's...
That's her now?
I think so.
Is meth involved? I mean, there were drugs before.
But she definitely looks like him.
Oh, yeah.
She definitely looks like him.
Definitely. And her fiance definitely looks like him, too. That's a daddy issue right there.
Well, at least he doesn't look like Machine Gun Kelly, because he would lose his mind.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
He would lose his mind. As long as this guy doesn't look like Machine Gun Kelly or Ramashami, then Eminem's cool.
Yeah, that's probably true also. All right. You guys, thanks for hanging out. I have stuff to record. You have other stuff. And then we're going to do a Squirrel Tribe Life Reddit reaction, the AITA, Am I the A-hole? We're going to do that one later.
You going to set it up for the live stream?
Yeah, I don't know what time yet, but I'll... So
y'all pay attention. Squirrel Tribe Life is going to have a live stream later today with AITA, Reddit reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now I have hiccups again. So that's cool. I love you guys immensely. Thanks for hanging out with us.
And until next time.
Until next time, stay classy.
Sitting on the sectional of chat. The corner of...
Goodbye. Y'all are great. Bye.